Hello guys, hello world, hello everyone, good morning, bonjour, bonsoir, bonne nuit, bon après-midi, wherever you are in the world. It might be morning, it might be afternoon, it might be in the night. So I just said to you in the morning, good afternoon, good night in French. And my name is Rethabile Lelisa-AKA Retha-Billy. And I come from the beautiful mountain kingdom, the kingdom in the sky. It is so beautiful. It has been named the Switzerland of Africa with high mountains. Our lowest point is the highest in many countries. So you guys, if you want to see the natural beauty, come to Lesotho. And you should remember that our African brother Odimaya was promoting the snowfalls that we have at Afriski. Afriski, you must pay me. I'm mentioning you the second time now. Afriski, make sure to pay me. So in studio today, you guys, I am not alone. I'm with one of the greatest profiles in the country, and I'm feeling safe to say he is, in my view, the greatest profile that we have in the country. And I would like at this point to just ask him to introduce himself. Ntate, welcome to our show that's called Truth and Nothing But the Truth, and it is on YouTube, and our handle is at Rethabile 4664. At Rethabile 4664 is our YouTube handle there. So someone might want to know. Rethabile is talking about a big, great profile according to him, and he's even putting himself in danger of being attacked for calling someone the greatest. So can I ask you, who is Nqosa Mahao?
It is a pleasure indeed to participate on your platform this morning. My name is, as you said, Nqosa Mahao. I am a member of the current 11th Parliament of Lesotho as a leader of the Basotho Action Party, which is the fourth largest party in Parliament. The party is actually almost 5 years old. It is one of the newest parties in the country, having been launched in 2021. Prior to the establishment of the Basotho Action Party, I was the deputy leader of the All Basotho Convention for a very short stint. When I was in that position, I also served as a minister of law and justice for a very limited period. In this parliament, I also served for exactly 1 year again as a Minister of Energy of the Kingdom of Lesotho. Before coming into politics, I was for more than 30 years an academic. I served in various capacities in a number of universities, starting with our local university, where I was for a while a dean of the Faculty of Law, and then the Vice Chancellor in the context of the National University of Lesotho is a deputy to the Vice Chancellor. And subsequent to that, I became an executive dean of the Faculty of Law at the Mafikeng campus of the Northwest University in South Africa. Subsequently served as the executive dean of the College of Law at Africa's largest university, the University of South Africa, from which I moved to become the executive dean of the University of Witwatersrand, again in South Africa. And then I did what Basotho would say, and I came back to the kingdom where I became the Vice Chancellor of the National University of Lesotho, thriving transformation at that university. After 4.5 years, I left academia and joined politics. Of course, in terms of my academic growth, I rose through the ranks to become a professor of law in several of those universities I mentioned.
Oh my God.
Apart from that, my home is about 35 kilometers out of Maseru, Mukema, in the Gorogoro constituency, where I spend a lot of time doing grain farming as well as dairy farming. So that's me.
Oh, Prof, you have, of course, such a beautiful profile that you eloquently unpacked with such precision and accuracy. I would like to ask at this point, when did you get the accolades of becoming professor, and with which university?
When I was at the University of South Africa, that would be around 2008 or 09, somewhere there.
Oh, lovely. And I must say, I'm also a proud alumni of University of South Africa because I did my honors in social work with them, and I completed in 2018. So it is the one that allowed me now, because it has NQF level 8, now I was able to come to Europe to do Master of Arts in Child, Youth and Community at the University of Galway. So this is where I saw all of these opportunities, and then I thought, okay, let me share with my Basotho back home. And so thank you very much for sharing this, Professor. And out of curiosity now, one would like to know, can Prof just tell us, of course it's going to be a very long one, your academic road journey, but including your growing up, upbringing. How was it like growing up in your family, composition of the family, until now you start your schooling, until now you transform into academia, and then we have heard about it all. Can you take us through a journey, especially looking to inspire the students who are looking to go into university? Some of them don't know what even to choose.
Well, I am born of a family of 7. I'm actually the second born. Most interesting. When I was about 7 years old, my father was at the time at the university, then the University of Basotho, Bechuanaland, and Swaziland. And even at that early age, I seem to have been much engaged in the discourse about what was happening around the country and around the continent. And so we would engage in debate with my father, which he enjoyed and appreciated a lot.
Wow.
That was literally on the eve of independence. So there was a lot that was happening in the country and on the continent. But I suspect that at some point he grew concerned, because I would never accept any viewpoint without challenging it. And because at the time Lesotho was still under the British, he got concerned that if I should grow with that kind of outlook, I would probably very quickly run into trouble with government should I become a public servant. Because at the time, almost everybody looked forward to be employed, and the only space that was available was actually in government. And so he decided at that early age that I must later on do law, so that I could be able to operate on my own and not look to government employment. I think it was just for my security.
Trying to
so
save you, yeah.
He started buying law books for me. Remember, I was only 7 years
Oh
old.
my God.
And I said to everyone in the family, relatives, and friends that these of my children, this one, must subsequently do law when he gets to higher education.
Wow.
As it would happen, by the time I went to university, my father had passed on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I then thought I was free to choose a career of my liking.
Yeah, most definitely.
But my mother then held me by hand and dragged me to a trunk that was full of law books and said, you want to go and do X discipline at university, but do you think these books would help you to study what you want to do? Of course, these were law books.
Yeah.
And then he said, then you know what you are going to study when you get to university.
Oh my God. It was kind of forced on down the throat.
Now, I normally used to say to my students, I was a victim of a parental oppression.
And I agree.
I was denied the right to choose what I wanted to study.
Oh my God.
And so I found myself then having to go to study law. I joined the university in 1978, did a BA law, which was a 4-year degree, after which I did the LLB, which was a 2 additional degree. The LLB allows you now to can practice law.
Okay.
But the university immediately recruited me to be an assistant lecturer.
Okay. So where did you study all of this? Was it at the
National University?
Okay.
And as an assistant lecturer, then I had the opportunity to go and do my Master's of Law at the University of Edinburgh in Scotland.
Oh, lovely.
After that, I went back to NUL and pursued my trade as a lecturer, and subsequently then went to the University of Western Cape in South Africa, where I did my doctorate.
Oh, lovely.
And I must say that reflecting how there's a whole idea of the discipline of law was imposed on me, I had the opportunity to be the first Mosotho to hold a doctorate in law.
Bravo.
And then after that doctorate, much later, I did a postgraduate diploma in conciliation and mediation, which was a joint program that was offered by a consortium of universities, including the National University of Lesotho, the University of Zimbabwe, the University of Cape Town, and the University of Namibia.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I was over time then holding a number of administrative management positions at the University of Lesotho. After serving as the Provice Chancellor, I then moved to Northwest, subsequently UNISA and VETS,
Oh, lovely.
as I've already narrated.
Yeah, but now at this point, since you mentioned in the beginning, it was like you were choosing without no option but to choose this discipline. Was there a point growing up where you felt like now I'm developing my own passion for it, my own love for it, and I see I can make a good living out of it?
Well, I think I grew to love law.
Oh, lovely.
And apart from teaching it, I did very little of legal practice, I must say.
Okay.
Because I was a full-time academic.
Oh, I see.
And so I then plowed myself into research and published significantly. I must say that some of the reforms that have happened in Lesotho on the constitutional landscape were actually my initiatives.
Wow.
For example, I triggered the debate about whether we should not have an independent electoral commission.
Okay.
And at seminars, I sold that idea. We now have an independent electoral commission. When you look back, you would realize that I encountered a lot of
Resistance
and hostility when the constitution was thrown into the public domain. I also can rightly claim that I conceived the idea of our current electoral system, which is a mixed member proportional electoral model. Again, even there was a lot of resistance when I persuaded at conferences that we should shift towards the proportional representation model, because they first passed the post model, which we inherited from the Westminster, was actually the root cause of the instability that we endured in the country, culminating in the chaos that occurred after the 1997 general elections. I was also part of a judicial panel that arbitrated the current model with Professor Francis Magua and Guy Browdy. We constituted a panel that was requested by the independent political authority to arbitrate the electoral model. And literally, I single-handedly wrote the arbitration award.
Wow.
So that is what I normally say, even if I don't often say. The current constitutional landscape has largely been shaped by my good self.
I would like to know, one, now that you are talking about a lot of contributions that you made from that time until now, a question may arise now from someone to say, Professor, what specialty did you have in that enabled you, assisted you to contribute immensely the way you did?
Well, for my master, I specialized in jurisprudence, which is legal philosophy.
Okay.
And for my doctoral thesis, I focused on constitutional development in the Kingdom of Lesotho.
Okay.
And of course, with the postgraduate diploma, that enabled us as a country, again, this is one of my contributions, to establish an institution which is now part and parcel of our quasi-judicial system here, the Directorate of Dispute Resolution, DDPR, in the country. It was set up as a result of that program that I was responsible for initiating when I was the Dean of the Faculty of Law at NUL.
Thank you very much, Professor Nqosa Mahao, for sharing with us your beautiful profile. And I can tell you, no single book can contain this big profile. That's how big I see it. And now I just want to challenge you and other politicians to say, you studied law and you managed to contribute into the law reforms of the country. And now, when it comes, I'm a social worker. I trained to become a social worker. A nurse is even regulated by the Nursing Association. I'm regulated by the Social Workers Association. What about politicians? Would there be a requirement anytime in the future to maybe see encouragement of our politicians to go study political science or something? Because I believe there is more to theory, because you have had a little industrial law practice, but your contribution is immense because of the theory.
Well, the norm and globally is that anybody is at liberty to join the political fray.
Yeah.
There are no professional preconditions to join. And what has been the challenge in Lesotho is that there are no minimum academic requirements that should be attained in order to join politics, but still better to be a member of parliament.
I see, yeah.
In other jurisdictions, you would be required to have at least attained metric or COC, as we would call it in the kingdom.
Now it's called LGCSC.
Exactly, yes. But when this matter of minimum qualifications